Now it's time for us to create a core for this CRM component to make sure that we can see what actually is happening. So if we take a look here at our code, we actually do have a core here, and it has basically the same data setup as before. So I'm actually going to copy the index.js here, paste it into the core for this stuff, and then we can just remove the stuff that we don't need, like display name, damage, power. We don't need that on this core. We just have the ID inactivated. And then down here I need to change this so it's CRM and then CRM update, and then pass our CRM system to the template core, which will change to be CRM core. Change this to be CRM data, and change these as well. And then finally grab the CRM data that's coming from GraphQL, and that should do it. Now to make sure that this is working, we're just going to take this component and grab the props and console log the props to make sure that we are getting the data properly, and return that div. For the core to show up, we have to add it to our index.js file down here. So we will import it underneath the rest of these cores. And then down here with the rest of the cores, we will export it. If that worked properly, we should be able to grab our CRM core right here, and it should show up, hello world. And if I look at our web inspector, we'll see the data down here with the activated state and the ID of the CRM itself. Now let's put a little notification indicating whether or not it's activated. To do that, we'll actually use a helper. There's actually a folder here in the generic folder with some core components that might be helpful. We have an input field that has a yellowish background color that allows you to click on it to get a prompt to type in. We have a blue output field that you can't edit the text of, but you can perform click actions on it if you want. And then a gray typing field for typing long text without having to open up a prompt. So we're actually going to use this output field here. So let's import that in our core. And then we are going to put that right here. We'll keep the div, but we'll add this output field. And the stuff inside of it is just going to be whether it's activated or deactivated. And I'm going to just grab that from our CRM component here. And then we want to make it so that when we double click on it, well, we want to make it so that when it's activated, it turns red. So there's an alert prop on this, and we'll just put props.activated into there. If it's true, then it'll turn red. If it's false, then it will be the regular blue color. And then we want to add a double click event to it. And what that'll do is force the CRM to be activated or deactivated. And we can grab our same mutation right here, wrap it around our output field, turn this into a function with that action, and then pass the action to on double click. We also need to import mutation, but since we have query up here, you can just add that there. So now when I double click on this, it's going to toggle the CRM being activated or deactivated. We'll want to change one more thing here. Instead of saying deactivate and activate, we should make it so it says activated when it's activated and deactivated when it is deactivated. Let's check and make sure that it's working. We can see it says activated here. If I come here to the card and click deactivate, then it turns blue again, and I can double click on it and it activates it for me. I can add all of the other information that I want onto the core, but that's the basic idea. Use the output field, input field, and other stuff to put the data onto this card, and then add whatever interactions you want the flight director to be able to perform.